Good evening, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Just a smidge. There we go. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. It is that time again. You guys are going to be hearing a lot from me this week. You heard from me on Monday. You get me tonight. You'll get me again tomorrow morning. It is just a crazy week. Crazy week. So good evening, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to What's New. I see a few people jumping on. Please say a hello in the comments. Give me a sound check um, that my sound is coming across okay. Caroline has said hello to Matt, but Matt is out playing taxi right now. Charlie is off to band tonight, and his buddy that he usually gets a ride with wasn't attending tonight. So Matt's out playing taxi. So you just got me. I am solo with the exception of my little friend Tiny Matt, but he doesn't have fingers to type with. So I will be answering all of your questions and do my best to keep up and keep an eye on everything. Anything that I may miss, I will definitely go back and review afterwards and answer any questions you may have. So hello everyone, good evening, happy Wednesday. Um, we are getting to that time of year where things are slowing down a little bit in terms of new releases. So what I have to show you tonight, I do have some new stuff to show you, absolutely, but I'm also going to share with you some items that we have restocked on, favorite items that we've had um, lots of turnover on that we've just having to keep bringing in and bringing in and bringing in. And some of it we've been out of for a little while, so you'll be very, very excited to see some of these goodies back in our hot little hands. It's also that time of year where we're going to start seeing things like birthday lines, and I don't want to call them generic because generic um, doesn't sound very crafty or inspirational. But let's call them all occasion or all purpose type lines that are going to be good for the whole year. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Let's get started so that you guys can get on with your evening. Because guess what? Guess what, guys? We have another early start tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. I will be right here. I will be here with my coffee. We will be packing up and leaving for the store as soon as the live is over. So I will not be in my jammies like I was on Monday, but it will be an early start, and I look forward to seeing all of you here with me in the morning. Um, I've had a peek at the bin. So Darlene and Matt were finalizing the bin, um, with Tiny Matt's help, as to what's going to be on sale tomorrow. So do make sure you tune in right here at 7:30. I will send it out by email afterwards as well. Tomorrow's going to be um, a jumbo edition of our newsletter because it'll have both the sale stuff plus the what's new stuff plus a whole bunch of other stuff in there. But make sure you read it all the way to the end. And if you're impatient and you want to skip the live, you want to skip the email, you can go right to the website. Around ish 7:30, we will have the banner up, we will have the deals up, and you can just get right to it. And speaking of getting right to it, I know I've said it a couple of times already, but let's get started for tonight. So the first thing I'm going to share with you tonight, that these are back in stocks. These are things that we've had in before. They've been super popular, and so they've come in and gone right back out again. And that is three colors of our opulent cardstock. Excuse me. We have the ivory, we have the charcoal, and we have the rose gold now back in stock. Now, I do believe we do have gold, the traditional gold and silver in stock already, but these are more specialty colors that we've been out of for a little while, and this will be a great thing to add to your stash right about now. And if you don't know what opulent cardstock is, well, let me tell you, It is a fabulous cardstock pack. I believe all of them are 50 sheets, 50, and they come themed by a metallic color. And in this pack, you're going to get five different finishes. So there's a glitter paper, there is a matte metallic, there is a brushed metal. So the matte being not as glossy, not as shiny. The brushed metal, it's hard to tell here on camera, but there are almost like streaks in it, so they do look like little sheets of metal. There is a pearl paper, and then there is your mirror, which is your super, super shiny, your shiny finish. And Darlene has popped the link in the comments there. Thank you so much, Darlene. So it's really nice to have these color packs and have them in the different finishes. And if you're doing the math, five different finishes, I said there were 50 sheets, so that means there's 10 sheets of each. Now, because Sizzix, most of their products originate in the UK, these are an A4 size, so they are 8 by 11.5 instead of our traditional 8.5 by 11. So just be careful when you are cutting those for card fronts or that kind of thing. Just be aware that those sizes are a little bit different. These do die cut beautifully. I know that the glitter paper sometimes has a bit of difficulty, but the metallics do cut with your dies absolutely gorgeously. The one tip I will give you though, especially with these metallic ones, is cut your paper to fit the die. Because sometimes if you have imperfections on your plates, those impressions can transfer. I have experienced that they transfer to the softer finish of these papers. So you really just want, like if you're cutting a 3-inch circle, just cut yourself a 3 by 3 inch square to fit your circle so that you don't waste a whole lot of extra getting those imprints on it. But they really do cut beautifully and they look stunning if you use a stitch die or a shape die. They're absolutely gorgeous. So the rose gold really is beautiful. A true rose gold. It's not too pink. It's not too orange. It really is quite a gorgeous color. We have ivory, which is absolutely perfect for this time of year. And again, to have white in all of these amazing different finishes is really, really amazing. And then charcoal. So this definitely has a darker, grayer cast than the silver. Do I have? I can't, I'm just looking over at my shelves over here. I don't know where my silver is, so I can't bring it out to compare to you. But this charcoal almost gives you a pewter look, a bit of a darker metallic gray, perfect for masculine cards. Again, perfect when you want, say, black, but black is too harsh. This gives you a really nice subtle finish, nice neutral to have in your selection. So that is 3 favorite colors. I maybe should go this way with the names of our opulent cardstock packs. And while we're talking bling, we're going to go from big to small. We have restocked and brought in some new colors of the Pink Fresh glitter gems. These kind of came in and went out in about a blink of an eye, way faster than I anticipated. These, I believe, are the new colors. But Darlene, you can correct me if I'm wrong. We've also restocked on some of our more traditional colors. This here is a really, really soft kind of baby pink called Blush. And you know, if you think blush, this is totally the color that you would imagine. This one is called Blossom, so it is a darker pink. If you see that comparison again here on camera, I don't know if it's translating super well, but a slightly darker pink. I know that this was a Darlene favorite, which is the amethyst, the purple. Good for Ellen's Halloween packs or projects as well. This one is one of my favorites. It's called Lagoon. I certainly could stand being on a lagoon beach right now, but really beautiful, beautiful teal color. And then there is magenta as well. So a range of those pinks there. Really, really stunning. And there's so much you can do with these gems. Now they are not adhesive. So you are going to want to have your own glue dots or liquid glue handy. Typically how I apply these to my project is I scoop them or I dump them into one of our little triangle trays. I use my jewel picker, which I think is still in my display cases from the weekend. And I just take a little tiny daub of my liquid glue. I'll put it where I want the gem to go. Use the jewel picker to pick up the gem and put it into place. And then you don't have any troubles at all with glue going where you don't want it. So those are just some tips for those pink fresh gems that don't already have adhesive on the back. I love these cute little pouches that they keep them in as well. Really keeps it nice and contained and easy to put back once you've dumped a few out. Okay, and the taxi man is back, so everyone give a warm hello to Matt. He just walked into the other room. So any questions, you can definitely fire them away, and he will happily help you. And Darlene, of course, is helping as well. All right, we did get a big box of goodies, well, multiple boxes of goodies from our friends at Sizzix. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is something that you may want to put on your wish list, and that is a Sizzix Sidekick. This is a teeny, tiny little die cutting machine that is perfect for travel. It is perfect for those of you who have a very small space for your crafting tools and your crafting goodies. And it is perfect for those who do a lot of stamping and the coordinating dies. Ellen just made a comment about 49 and market stuff. That's over on the pile over here. I'm going to get to that. So absolutely, we can talk about that, Ellen. Back to the sidekick. So the opening is about 2.5 inches wide. You can do some shapes and larger items as long as it fits the 2.5. So you would not be able to do a full cover plate or a full panel, but definitely this is handy. And I know I have one that I used when I did classes or trade show events because I could just kind of keep it off to the side of my desk. I actually have a trolley that I keep all my adhesive, my class kits, and everything else in when I'm doing a trade show class, and my little sidekick just goes right into the trolley and then comes out when I need it. It does not replace your Big Shot. It does not replace having a bigger machine for your heavy duty projects, but if you're doing quick and little things on the go, it is an absolute essential for your toolkit. And some of the ladies here are chiming in that they love their sidekicks. It's great for when you're watching TV and you want to do some prep. It is also, as Kristen just said, a great Christmas gift idea. So if someone is looking for something for you to put under the tree, it's still a little bit big for a stocking unless you got one of those jumbo stockings. But it would be a great little thing to put on your wish list and within budget as well. So this is the Sizzix Sidekick. We are working on getting some extended plates to go with this as well, but we do have replacement plates if you need it. They do come with plates. Of course, they're not going to give you anything um, that you can't use. So there's plates, there's the cutting mat. This looks like the warranty card. In this kit, you get some little dies, a little of a tiny baby embossing folder, and a stamp set. I think that's what it is. Anyways, take a look at that. Also up from Sizzix, we have restocked on one of my favorite tapes. This is a very low tack. They call it maker's tape. I use this a lot for masking. And when I'm doing ink blending, if I want to keep the edges of my panel nice and crisp and white and still do some ink blending, I love it because it has that little grid on it. Now, it is a very low tack. I would say between this and the Spellbinder's Best Ever Craft Tape, this definitely has a much, much lower stick factor, which sometimes is perfect, sometimes is a bit of a struggle. So I have trouble with this one holding dies in place for very long. You can use it for one or two cranks through your machine, but I find that it does lose its stick pretty quickly. But there are lots of other great ways you can use that. And if you're like me, you have a little bucket that has all of your different kinds of tapes in it. And with this one, you get two. So you can keep one in your travel bag and one at your craft station. So that is the Maker's Tape from Sizzix. We have restocked on crystal paste. Let me grab mine here. Crystal paste. This is a fabulous, glittery, super awesome. And I'm trying to get this off without getting my fingers dirty. Haha, good luck. Um, this beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me get something to stir it up with. And, use the end of this. So it's a beautiful, thick, amazing glitter paste that you can put through a stencil. Mine is a little bit older, so it just needs to be worked in a little bit. Your paste in the new container will be absolutely stunning. But it's got that beautiful glitter. It'll give you some texture and dimension if you're looking for creating snowscapes and all of that good stuff. So we are restocked on this amazing crystal paste from Sizzix. Oops, I better put my little cap thing in here. Get that squished down. Make sure that you keep those products sealed so that it does not dry out. And with that, I need to find a baby wipe. Not something I would typically have for a what's new, but now that my fingers are covered in crystal paste, I gotta clean that up. And clean this up too, because I'm going to be putting down new product. And as much as many of us love glitter, you don't want my glitter paste on your new stuff. All right, so that is the crystal paste from Sizzix. And one last thing from Sizzix, one last thing. We have back in stock the specimen die set from Tim Holtz. Really, really fabulous. Ellen is saying, Vicky Booten says to use your paste, don't let them dry. Absolutely. Get them out and play with them. This specimen die has been super popular, and then, of course, it went into the land of back order. But we now have it back in stock. It's got the little file folder. It's got little tabs. It's got some little words and some little cards and labels. Really versatile that you can use if you're making like a little mini recipe book, or if you're using it in your traveler's notebooks. You can use it on your scrapbook pages to have a little place to hide hidden journaling or tuck more photos. You can label things. You can use these for your own projects, your own organizing. Great, great, great little Tim Holtz tool set or die set called Specimen. And next up we have Tonic. So Tonic and Sizzix sometimes go hand in hand in my mind. And I must have bumped my camera because I'm a little bit crooked. Let's fix that up. So we've got some more Tim Holtz stuff. We've got some more mixed media stuff. And we've got some more blingy stuff. So let's start with Tim Holtz. We are back in stock of the Media Grip Mats. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Media Grip Mat. This is a silicone mat that works with your glass mat. Let me see which way I can get this opened up. Because I never got one. I did not get one of these in the first batch, so this one will be in the sherry pile. It is a thin silicone mat. I think this plastic is supposed to come off. If I can find the edge there. And the main intention of it is to work on your glass mat because your glass can be really slippery. So if you are doing some ink blending or if you want to use this just to hold your paper in place while you're doing the ink blending, you can also trim it down. So if you want to cut it into smaller pieces, I know many people have used this to create little spots on their glass mat or on their workstations for their ink pads. And again, it's got a really nice grip to it to help keep things from moving around on that glass mat or any other slick surface you might be working on. So we're really, really happy to have this media mat back in stock. I believe there were a number of people on the special order list. You guys have already been notified that these are back, but we've got lots more. So if this is something you've been looking at, or maybe something that intrigues you, go and find some information from Tim Holtz and put it on your wish list. Speaking of mixed media, Darlene requested that we bring these back into the store. They are mixed media spatulas, and you've got a nice little angled edge here. This one is more, I think it looks more like a baking spatula, but great for spreading things around, great for stirring, great for using with all of your mixed media pastes and paints and all of that good stuff. And lots of people have loved these. And even if you have a set already, maybe you're looking for a fresh, clean set. Maybe you want to have one for your pastes and one for other purposes. Or maybe because you love it, you want to gift it to a friend. And last up from Nuvo, we are back in stock on the Aqua Shimmer brush. This is very much like a Wink of Stella. It is a shimmer brush that squeezes out a really pretty, shimmery, pearlescent medium to make things sparkly. This is the rose gold one here. I don't have a gold one here in my stash, but let's take this this rose gold one. It works the exact same way. Here is the number one tip that you must remember. This yellow ring, you don't need it. That is just for transportation. So you're going to unscrew that. I kind of did that without talking. You're going to unscrew this. You're going to take off that yellow ring, toss it away, and then you are going to twist your lid right back on. Right back on until you hear a little pop. Make sure I get that all the way down. If you need to, take the lid off as well. My lid is stuck. Oh, there it is. So there we go. We've got that brush back on. I was trying to leave the rose gold part behind, and that's not how it works. So here's the little scrap of paper. You're going to give it a squeeze. You can see how now that paint, see if I can get it here. Oh, but that paint is coming out. Another baby wipe needed. And then you can use this to embellish paper, embellish a stamped image, embellish printed paper that you may have, and just have lots of fun. So this came out really, really fast. I did not mean for this much to come out. So really do be careful those first couple of times. But this gives you just that beautiful shimmery tinted color. And like I said, I am sharing with you the rose gold, but the one that we've just got back in stock is the traditional yellow gold. Rosalind says she likes to squeeze some out and use just the brush to pick it back up and paint with. That's another great way. You could also squeeze it out onto a block, mix it with some re-inker if you wanted it to have a tint of color. There's so many fun things you can do with the shimmer brushes. Okay, baby wipe number 2. Who knew that this was going to be a messy what's new tonight? All right, next up on the slate, next pile over here to my side is something that Ellen was alluding to earlier in the video. And this is now actually our third shipment of these guys. And I haven't had a chance to show it to you yet because it keeps coming in and going out before I even have a chance to get my hands on it. And this is the new line of memory journals from 49 and Market. They come in 4 different colors. They are an A5 size, so they will fit an 8.5 by 11. There is pewter. There is raven, which is black. I'll get it in a second. There is plum, and there is mariner, which is this beautiful, beautiful blue. And it is treated more like I don't need them all open. Thank you. It's created like a traveler's notebook in that it has the elastics to hold your inserts. Mary is saying she may have bought one right out of the box as soon as it came in. And that is just how fast these guys have been going. So these cover sets are made out of a vegan leather. Not leather, leather. sorry, my words are failing, of vegan leather. And somebody asked me what vegan leather is. Essentially, it is leather made out of non-animal products. And there are various different ways that you can make it. They are plant-based, they are synthetic, they are just different types of materials that can qualify for you to call it a vegan leather. But the things you need to know is that it is not made from animal products and they are so soft. They are soft. Like, imagine that you had a beautiful pair of leather. I don't know if I want to call them driving gloves, but a beautiful pair of leather gloves that just fit you like a glove, pun intended, fit you beautifully. They're soft, they're flexible, they are absolutely gorgeous, and they would make really stunning covers for any memory keeping or maybe a travel journal if you were going away on a trip. I'm actually thinking of using these. My older son Sam is into Dungeons and Dragons, and so I thought about customizing some of the inserts for him for character pages and planning out his quests and all these kinds of things. Would they work with the ECD planner dies? Um, Officially, no, because those planner dies are built for binders, so they have holes down the one side to put in those binder rings. However, I'm sure there are many creative ways that you could attach them together and fix them in this book to go around those elastic bands. I know Darlene has a couple of these that she is playing with some techniques. We just haven't had them in our hands long enough to really fully investigate all the different ways that you can use it. And I'll get to you how, like, so we're talking about the cover sets. What do you put inside? I'm going to get to that in a second, but I really wanted to give you a peek at these cover sets first. And like I said, there's Mariner, which is kind of this smoky navy blue, Raven, which is black, Pewter, which is more of a gray, and Plum, which is this beautiful wine burgundy color. Now, like I said, there are inserts that you can add to go with them, and they come in those coordinating colors. So we have our pewter, and there are label stickers as well as two inserts and a pocket folder. I'll show you those in a second. There is pewter, there is plum, um, there is Raven, and there is Mariner. And just to show you what they look like, this was a set that did not come with the stickers by mistake. They're simply a blank notebook with the intention that you would find the center, which is here, slip it around that elastic band, and then they hold nice and snug inside those elastics. So these pieces right here, you would take one string, wrap one binder around. So there's, actually quite a few strings in here. You could fit quite a few inserts into each book. Each pack, as I said, comes with two. And then they also come with this pocket folder in that coordinating color. So if you didn't want an insert, you can tuck them in. Size-wise, they really are an 8.5 by 5.5, so they are half of an 8.5 by 11. So if you were getting creative, you could also customize with some basic letter size paper to create your flips and flaps and covers and add some die cuts and just have so much fun customizing those. In addition to that, there are also foundations pages. And I'm going to have to defer. We're going to have to find some videos for these because I'm not super familiar about how these work. So this one is two folios, two portrait pages, four landscape photo mats. So it does have a folio set that you can fold up and put in the insert. And Janine, when she designs all of these things, she's got all kinds of ways that you can make more pockets and fold outs that this would then go inside one of your inserts or could even attach right inside with those elastic strings. So foundations page A looks like this. And I do promise we're going to be doing some more playing with these so that we can show you so much more to do. Foundation pages B has a tri-fold folio with a center pocket. It has a double pocket folder, so there's pockets on the sides, and then two little booklets that you can insert into your pages. And Foundations Pages C has some super fun waterfalls. So these are all sized and designed to go inside these journal cover sets, and they really are a gorgeous, easy to use size that's not too small, not too big, and so flexible for coordinating with all of these different ideas that you may have, so that you can pull a set out in the middle, you can mix and match. I know many of you have taken the mixed media classes with Chris. You could make some of these inserts or add some of these inserts with mixed media paper. Easy to make on your own. Use that cover set so that you've got your samples, you've got your technique resources, lots of different ways that you can use these gorgeous sets. So that is not so new, but finally back in my hot little hands to show you from 49 in Market. And I know that Janine and Katie have lots of plans to really expand this line and do some fun stuff with it in 2023. So look for lots more coming from that. All right. And all of you paper lovers, I have not forgotten about you. We have one brand new line of paper to share with you. And as I said off the top, we are looking at more staples, more evergreen lines and themes coming in. So here is one that celebrates your pets. And I put my camera down. I'm going to put it up. Sorry for the jiggles. This is from our friends at Echo Park. So it is a pets line, and it is stinking cute. We've got here, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's open it up and have a flip. So with this line, we have the collection pack, we have the solids pack, we have the 6x6 pad. If you like to make, maybe like isn't the right word, but if you make sympathy cards for friends who have pets, or if you're making Christmas cards for friends that have pets, that 6x6 is great. And there is a super cute paw and bone stencil as well. So let's take a quickie flip through this. We've got this paper here that is for the dogs. It's called Park Playdate. We've got cut aparts that talk about cats. Love is a four-legged word. I'm easily distracted by goldfish. A house is not a home without paw prints. Just some really great sentiments and sayings. Some great basics. That cloud paper is super fun. And this is what I liked about this pack is that they've got some beyond cat and dog paper as well. So here are some guinea pigs, hamsters, gerbils, whatever you want to label them, especially on their little wheels, super cute. Orange stars, having a rough day. That would certainly pick up someone who was maybe not feeling so great. Here is another dog paper. Don't worry, cat lovers. I know there's kitty cat stuff coming like this one. Kitty cat in the neighborhood. Fish and paw prints. All you need is love and a pet. You're the cat's meow. People think I'm crazy when I talk with my cat. What am I supposed to do? Just ignore him when he asks me a question? Too funny. Love this rainbow stripe. Some yarn. And then here we've got our goldfish paper and goldfish icons on the back, some more cut aparts, another plaid. And look, if you've got lizards, if your kids have lizards, here is the paper for you with a nice blue wavy background. And of course, the sticker sheet that goes with it as well. Super, super cute, bright colors, just the thing you need to keep you smiling as you make crafts or memories with your pets. So that is that for this week, the very last Wednesday of November of 2023. Guys, tomorrow's December, and I'm totally in denial that that's happening. Just ask me again when you see me tomorrow at 7:30. We will be up bright and early for Tiny Matt's Dynamite One Day Deals, Episode 2. Whole bin full of goodies to share with you, deep discounts to offer you, and lots of ways to enable you to stock up on some stuff for your crafting. If there is anybody watching tonight who typically picks up their orders in Whitby, I'm just going to give you a heads up. We've got some stuff going on the weekend, so we will not be at the store. By we, I mean Matt and I will not be at the store on Saturday or Tuesday. So if you would like to pick up in Whitby next Tuesday, please have your orders in by Friday at noon. That will guarantee that we can have it picked and ready to go and bring it home for Tuesday night pickup. If you want to take advantage of Monday's one-day dynamite deals, um, you absolutely can. You just won't be able to pick those up until the following week. There was something else I was going to say. Don't forget, starting Friday is the last issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine for 2023. It is a gorgeous, the artwork, even just on the front cover, just makes my heart go a little pitter patter because it is so adorable. There's all kinds of ideas and inspiration and great little articles to read, and it is yours for free when you spend $30 or more starting on Friday. So any orders you place on Thursday, if you come in and shop on Thursday, unfortunately, those do not count towards a magazine. But starting first thing Friday morning, you can get a magazine for free with your purchase of $30 or more. If you are shopping online, all you have to do is in the order notes, send us a little love note and say, could you please put a magazine in for me? And we will do that. We do not automatically put in magazines for you because we know there are many subscribers out there as well. And that box just makes that magazine just makes your box heavier and more expensive to ship. So we want to try and keep that down unless you really want a magazine, in which case we are happy, happy, happy to share it with you. What that also means is that this weekend, Friday and Saturday, is Tote Bag Day. If you have one of our green canvas reusable tote bags, you can bring it in and you'll get 15% off your regular price items in the store just for Friday and Saturday. But all of that will be in the newsletter that will be coming to you tomorrow right after our live video at 7:30. I need to rest my voice. I need to get geared up for tomorrow morning. So I'm going to sign off, wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful evening. Go check out some of these new arrivals. Go check out those journals, and we will talk to you again in the morning. Good night, everyone.